Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2024. Welcome back to the Neofly series. This is of course episode 42 and we are back in our trusty Alouette 3, parked on the ramp here at Northern Peninsula Airport, so right in the north of Australia. That is YNPE. And we got a pretty interesting mission today because we are taking 1,763 pounds of radioactive material from here back up to Horn Island where we departed in the previous episode. So that's going to be our first run for today. It's only 24 miles, but we cannot touch down greater than 200 feet per minute descent rate, which in a helicopter is pretty easy to do. We cannot bank more than 31 degrees. But the difficult one is we cannot climb or descend at more than 500 feet per minute. So we're going to have to pay very close attention to that. But that's our first flight for the day. Let's jump aboard and start getting the Alouette fired up. So let's get these all on. Okay, I didn't turn the wipers on today. That's this one. Right, booster pump on. And then let's just check. Okay, so I do have control of that. This one's already up. So we'll gauge the starter. Okay, so we've got power to the aircraft. Let's open up here before we fire anything up. And let's get our radioactive material loaded up.
Hi, Captain. No shortcuts with this cargo, please. Procedures must be
Check
followed.
it out. I guess we open this side.
Please stand by until everything is secured.
It sounds very safe. How am I going to close this? There we go. Yeah, there's our cargo being loaded. Sounds like they took great care while doing that.
Hazardous cargo secured. You can taxi, but be careful.
Do I close this? There we go. Okay, then that's closed, that's open. So booster pump is on. Starter switch. Rotor brake is disengaged, so we should see the rotor start turning. There we go. Okay, very nice. That is Horn Island. So we're heading out. Is that basically behind us? Yeah. Right, everyone is clear. Need to be nice and careful here. figured since we have wheels, we might as well use them. Wind is coming from behind us, so we'll take off down this way. Vertical speed indicator is going to be very important now, so we need to keep it below 500, which is very low. We are up nice and gently. Okay, that's about 100 feet a minute.
Have a good flight, Captain. Remember to watch your vertical speed.
It's 200 feet a minute.
And your landing. You know what? Just fly safe, okay?
Okay, I've got it nicely trimmed out. We're pretty slow still, so we will pick up speed. Just keep an eye on that vertical speed. Just a tiny bump on the collective and we can easily get to 500 feet a minute. Okay, we need to go left and back. So we're just going to do everything nice and smooth, nice and gentle today. I think I'm pretty happy with that speed. We'll slowly keep climbing as we go. But I think that speed is good. Oh, that's up to 500 feet a minute. Just trying to get everything trimmed out. Any little gust of wind as well changes that dramatically. Right, we need to head left a little more. Yeah, and it's not just the climb, it's the descent as well cannot be more than 500 feet a minute. At 3, I think it's a great platform for this. It's really stable, easy to fly, lots of power. Not that we need all that power to go particularly fast today. to about 175 knots. And then gentle climb still. But we're looking good. The only thing that does worry me is an engine failure now at this altitude is a disaster. So we'll keep that gradual climb in there. If we've got an open patch like that, we've got some options, but here there's nothing we can do. That's good. About 350 feet a minute. There's probably some rising air off of these little ridges because we're moving around between climbing and staying fairly level. The other thing is I don't want to climb too high because we have to descend really slowly as well. Almost at 1,000 feet, which I think will be fine. At least the weather looks fine. Some cloud, yeah, it's raining over there, but we're on this island in front of us. So it's raining over the bigger island there. Okay, it trimmed out pretty nicely. A ship up ahead. Be really cool if it was, because I still have yet to see one of the ships in 2024. don't think it is, though. I think it's just a patch of land. Tiny little island. Oh no, it is a ship. Hey! First cruise liner I've seen. Because obviously, like, the real-world shipping lanes and all of that stuff was one of the new features with flights in 2024. That's the first ship I've ever seen. Oh, that's worrying. Just started raining all around there. Yeah, those clouds are now all dropping rain. Now, let me get my app and see if there's actually a real-world ship right here at the moment. This is probably something that's pretty dangerous to do, considering the cargo and how careful I need to be. But there isn't. Oh, hang on. I'm not flying on real-world time, so maybe there are a whole bunch of ships in this area, but maybe because I'm not on real-world time, because I don't live anywhere near Australia. If in real world now, it's probably like 3 o'clock in the morning here. So there's a lot of cruise liners in the area. So I guess for the if it's compensating for the sim time, that would be that would make sense. So that's very cool. I actually need to do some tests with running real world time. Maybe if we even go off the coast of South Africa, see if we can find some ships out there. Okay, a little bit of rain. Nothing too serious though. Yeah, we're not far out now. Just under 5 minutes. Gradual descent. Just looking, a lot of the ships are actually right between Horn Island and Thursday Island, which is that one there. So they're in this gap here because I think they're waiting for the port or the harbor, or whatever you want to call it, at Thursday Island. So there's a bunch there. There's one actually docked at Horn Island on the other side there, but that is current time, so the sim I think is like 4...
Transporter from dispatch. The owner of the cargo has changed his mind. He'd like you to deliver somewhere else. It's up to you to decide. Check your mission log.
Right, that's a bit of a curveball. So where does he want it to go now? Wants it to go back to where it came from. Nah, we're not gonna do that. I'm still gonna land at Horn Island. If it was one of the other islands around here, I would do it, but going all the way back there seems a bit weird. Now we just need to do a gentle descent. But anyway, what I was saying is I think I'm about 5 or 6 hours behind real world time, so ships could be anyway here. Oh. Okay, just watch that descent rate. It's all just balancing, collective, trim, rudder, well, anti-torque, I guess, cyclic, everything to make sure we don't do that and exceed that 500 feet a minute. Because I need to slow down and descend. But I need to also look where I'm going. I need to go this way. Okay, there's the runway there. It's overshot a little bit. Just keep it nice and steady here. 400 feet a minute, gradually slowing down. Don't want to get too slow. Also don't want to hit the trees. Clouds look quite nasty above us, actually. Alright, there we go. Didn't say very much at the end there because I was concentrating. Successful. That weather out there doesn't look too good.
You are clear to start your engine.
Yeah, let's see what we have next. Okay, so this is over to Kuban Island, which is just north of us. Oh, it's Kuban Airport. It's on Moa Island. So there's some normal cargo. There's a bunch of passengers. We can fit 5 passengers in, so that's 1. That one's 1. That one's 4. This one is 5. So 5 passengers gets us $4,200. 4 gets us 3,600 plus 1 is up there. But aha, there's another unstable gas. So we've got another dangerous cargo. Same thing. 200 feet a minute landing. Bank no more than 31 degrees. Vertical speed though 500. But that gives us almost 15,000 monies. So we're gonna do that one, I think.
Hello pilots, we have a hazardous mission today.
Rain is coming.
Landing, banking and vertical speed.
It looks like there's quite a bit more this time. So what I actually need to do is bump this up.
All items are properly secured.
So we're actually full. So we can just bump this up to... There we go. That'll work. That doesn't look good. Maybe do that and put the rest in here.
You can taxi, but be careful.
Oh, it's still done that. So max. Okay, so I guess we're in limits because we're 2% forward or 2% aft. We're 1% aft, so we should be okay. But the weather is really moving in. Okay, let's close up here quickly. Get this guy on. can't start it? I didn't hold it down the first time. Genius. This is still off. Still doesn't want to. Booster pump is on. Let me just turn this off because this is annoying. Engine start. This should be off. That's fine. Okay. Missing? So this is up, that's on. That's on. Oh, I flipped it up last time. Oh, okay, that's working. I don't know what the down position is then.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Oh, that doesn't seem to have worked. Or has it? Oh, no, it has. Those lights are off now, so we can switch that down. Okay, fuel flow's all the way up now, so there we go. YKUB is where we're going. Behind us. I don't know what that does. Okay, the weather's not looking great. Let's get out of here. Alright, we need to be very gentle again. Last thing I want to do is end up IMC with unstable gas on board. So, I mean, is this even a good idea? Probably not. we need to go that way, basically straight down the runway. And that looks pretty bad out there. Actually does look quite bad.
Have a good flight, Captain. Remember to watch your vertical speed and your banking and your landing. You know what? Just fly safe, okay?
That does not look good at all. Look at the wind as well. Yeah, let's see if we can sneak through this gap here. If that's another ship there. I think it might be. Oh no, I think it's just a little island with a tree on it. Vertical speed. This wind is not helping. Bad weather over the ocean, unstable cargo. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, not going as fast this time. Just keep it nice and steady. To the clouds, pushing us up. Just really got to pay attention to that needle. Okay, looks like we can get past around the edge here, and we're basically heading in the right direction. Do end up in the water. We do have floats, I just have no idea how to activate them. Okay, it's clearing out a little here, so I think we can pick up the speed. that's a bit better. Okay, 9 minutes out. I wonder if those floats are maybe just like life rafts rather than actual floats to keep the helicopter on the surface. I mean, they're labeled floats, so I would have thought they'd be to save the helicopter. I just don't see any way of deploying them unless it's that yellow lever on the right there. I don't think it is. We're making good progress though. Decent speed, about 180 knots. I think we got quite a bit of a tailwind. There's rain all around there. Just over 7 minutes. Rain seems to be on this side of the island. We're landing kind of there somewhere, so we might actually be okay in terms of the weather. Although getting back to Horn Island might be a problem because I think the weather's moving this way. So that storm that was just starting to hit Horn Island is probably going to be covering it completely by the time we get back there. I'm going to go even more to the left. Oh, there's more weather in that direction. That's not great. What's that? 4.5 minutes roughly. got the helicopter pretty well trimmed out. It's just every now and then, like we had just before that, you get like a big gust of wind and the nose just shoots up. Those are clouds in the satellite image. Weather's pretty bad out that way, and on that side, other side of the island, that looks like the worst, but where we're going actually looks okay. Okay, 2 minutes out. Quite a bit of rain over the island as well. That's definitely the worst, but there's definitely a shower on this side too, and in front of us. It just depends how far the airport actually is. It looks like the airport's pretty much right on the coast on this point, so we should actually be okay, and we should start slowing down. Those gusts of wind are not helping though at all. Okay, so the airport should be just here. The apron there. Interesting little water feature right next to the apron and the runway. right. I should actually just pay this much attention to my approach every time I fly helicopters, because I've found it was so easy to set it down exactly where I wanted because everything was so stable.
Initiating the unloading of hazardous cargo. Please wait confirmation from my colleague before proceeding.
Okay, while that's happening, let's see what else we've got from here.
Amazing. That was a stressful job to take on, but you smashed it out of the park.
Okay, we've got a landing zone mission, so that's where we need to get a doctor.
Ready for engine
It's
start.
just on the other side of this island, so that could be pretty cool. Let's do that.
Mayday! 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 An aircraft has just crashed. Bring the doctor to the crash site. Good morning, pilot. Get me as close as possible to the crash. Transporter, rush to the crash site.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Okay, I think we are good. So it's just north of us. So it's basically out that way. And I think I'm mostly just going to stick to the coastline because that'll be the easiest for us to find. Because it's on the coast on the other side of the island. Okay, at least now I don't have to worry too much about vertical speed and stuff. In fact, we actually just want to get there as quickly as possible. What was that
Fly
noise?
safe and watch the pylons.
What? I don't know what that noise was. We stay to the right of this ridge, and then on the other side we'll head left. It looks like it's raining quite a lot where we're going, which is kind of what we saw as we were coming in. Okay, I'm not sure. That noise definitely came from Neofly. I don't know why she said watch the pylons. Everything looks okay on the aircraft. The instruments are working. Engines, everything looks like it's in the green, so I'm not sure what that was. Okay, the rain is going to be quite an issue here. We've got to get through all of this. Yeah, we're going a bit fast here. That big tailwind. Yeah, this is gonna get tricky.
Transporter from dispatch. You are less than 3 miles from the drop zone. Find a place to land.
smoke up ahead. So we want to get as close to that as possible. I can still see all right, but there's quite a bit of rain. There's lots of open patches here. Probably just fit in there. Some more green straight ahead. I could fit in that space. Aha, there's a nice open area right next to the crash, and in fact we'll come in here from the coast side. We can actually get pretty close. Shout out to that vehicle, how that panel van managed to get to this crash out here is an absolute mystery. This has a parking brake. And it should. See anything like that anyway. That's the rotor brake. I wonder if it is this. I don't know what that did. How did I do this on the previous mission? I can't actually remember. Okay, I've mapped a button to the parking brake, so it is that. Oh, maybe I have to do this. not sure. Don't know what I did in the previous mission for this to work. If I use this... Yeah, it doesn't actually change anything. Something's happening. Okay, I'm not sure what the issue is. So I think we're just gonna head out. Probably shouldn't do that so quickly. I was gonna have to start it up again. Okay, so we cracked out a little bit. This can come on. Can go up. Okay, we're gonna go to Badu Island, which is not far from here, and we'll land there. So I wonder, that noise that we heard on takeoff, I wonder if Neofly thinks I crashed for some reason, and that's why it's like freaked out. Okay, Badu Island is where we did our emergency landing in the Twin Otter a couple episodes ago. Emergency not for the aircraft, but for a sick passenger. So a medical emergency. The airport is just in here. Right in the rain. Here we come around this little peninsula thing. Yeah, then it's just tucked in there, but that looks like where the rain is the worst. Look at the weather over towards Horn Island. I think we might stay at Badu, to be honest. should be able to see the runway here. Is it this little strip here? I think it is. Yeah, there it is there. If I remember correctly, this little apron patch was not very level. It's not level at all. Okay, well, welcome to Badu Island. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Neofly there, but we got 2 successful missions. Technically, the landing zone 1 was successful, I think. We got to the right place. So I wonder at what points we can bring the rotor brake in. Let's get everything off. It is raining pretty hard now, and the weather out that way doesn't look great, so I think we're gonna stay here. Oh yeah, look, I've parked right on that ridge again. I should have just gone a little bit further forward, actually. That would have been much better. We've been going for about an hour and 15 minutes. These are the floats that I'm talking about. I don't know if this is designed to actually keep the aircraft afloat. See, they're on either side. See, but that is like very structural. I don't think that would be... To me, that like folds out maybe? What does this yellow thing do? Can I press it? Let's just jump inside. Maybe that's why. Can I click on this? It just gets rid of the door. Okay, so it's not that. Huh, don't know. Okay, but again, I love flying the Alouette. It's really, really cool. And some successful dangerous cargo missions in the bag, so we'll see. I'm not really sure. At some point I want to head back up into PNG, and then we need to actually go back to South Africa and to Kenya and Tanzania and check on our operations there at some point, but we'll see what the next episode has to offer. But for now, that's going to bring us to the end of today's episode. As always, if you made it all the way to this point, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you do want to follow along, if you did enjoy it, you know what to do down below, and hopefully I see you in the next one.